Hi, Caraway team. Thanks so much for welcoming me and the other teachers from Forest Creek to your meeting today. And I wanted to do a voiceover of these questions because I know there's lots of reading. So this maybe hopefully to help you save time, you can listen to this video and maybe it'll help you as I try to answer some of your questions. So as far as the start time at 8:30 in proctoring, the start time is completely flexible based on whatever your schedules are and your needs, and you can split it too if you need to across days. I know the Forest Creek team is going to talk more about proctoring and how that works, so I think they'll be helpful with that question as well. But as far as the start time, there is not a start time, and that kind of relates to the second question of the 2-hour total. This year there's not really any guidance on that. It's totally up to y'all because we know every campus has different needs, different students and families have different needs, so we just want to be really flexible and open. The most important thing is that you get the data that you need in order to see where the kids are and then, you know, make those next step decisions so you can support them in moving forward. And I'm sure y'all know that the STAAR writing in the spring is a 2-hour test. And there's some information. I'm going to send you the slide deck, and you could click the TEA, but I know that they can take up to 4 hours. So at this point, if you wanted to have 4 hours for them to take this test over time, I think that would be totally fine. I think that's just up to y'all's team to decide. And then as far as page length, if the kids are typing into the constructed response, which is an Eduphoria, there is not a character limit. They can put in as much text as they want to, and students can copy and paste from a Google document, which is what we recommend, that students will type there and then copy paste. And then there's a recommendation of general fonts like Arial or Times New Roman, because those are very general, and there have been cases where people used creative fonts and then they appeared looking strange in the Eduphoria. So just general fonts like those listed. Can students do writing portions in any order? If the kids are taking it online in Eduphoria, they can do it any order that they want to. They can skip questions and go back. They can flag in the composition. They can flag the composition or any questions as they go, and then they just come back to it at the end. And as you know, the composition does come first in the test. So in my experience, students really prefer to take the multiple choice portion first because they can tackle that, get it done, and then spend the rest of their time working on composing that composition. So that might be something you choose to do as well. Or that the students can choose, but I think usually most prefer that order. Let's see. So then I included some other helpful information throughout the past week or so. Lots of questions have come in. So I put a bunch of answers here for y'all, just information that you might have or things that we've figured out that might help you. So you can view the constructed responses in Eduphoria when the test is available. So you would go to the assessment and then view the constructed response that way. The entire test has to be submitted for you to see that. So if the kids only did one portion but not the whole portion, you can't see their results until they submit the whole test. And so the constructed response can only be seen up until the end. When the window closes in Eduphoria, you can no longer see it. And so the end test date for that is March. I had it written down. I'll send it to you in the email that goes with this because I had it written down, but I have too many sticky notes on my desk. But it's March, so I would assume you would probably be safe because you probably will look at it much sooner than March, mid-March, I think. And then there is not an option to print the constructed responses in Eduphoria, so you might consider some options. I think the best option really is probably having the kids type in Google Doc and then printing or, copying, pasting from that. And then if the students do submit their responses in Eduphoria and they've submitted it to you, there's not a way for them to edit unless you turn the test back on for that individual. but then you wouldn't be able to see like what the changes were that were made. So just a note on that. And then as I said before, we do recommend that kids work in a Google Doc and then bring it over. That way if there's any glitches or anything that happens, sometimes Eduphoria can be really glitchy, internets can be kind of all over the place, connections. So typing in a Google Doc and then copy pasting over, that would also give them the ability to like reread and revise and pieces like that if they need to more easily. And then, you know, you could have the responses well after the window closes in Eduphoria as well. So finding a way to collect those from the Google Docs would be helpful. And then there have been some questions about text-to-speech features. So when you open the test, you will see that the number 1, there's some little features where I believe a team, the special ed team in our district, added these. And so everybody will see this. There's also a text-to-speech student support, which you can kind of see below in the highlighted spots. And this has to be turned on by the campus testing coordinator. So I'm sure if you needed to know more information on that, your testing coordinator could help you. And also Kelly Solis is a good person to reach out to if you've talked and still are not sure. And then I also wanted to share with y'all the district assessment protocol, which is a district document that was created just to kind of walk teachers through lots of different parts, and it's pretty much all you need to know, like 101 on the STAAR Ready writing assessment for 4th grade. So again, you can have this and you can click, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it looks like this, and it just goes through lots of information. Assessment windows. This is for 4th and well, secondary, so you'll see all in one here, but there's lots of information and different things like you can proctor in Eduphoria, so directions for that and how that works. There's also documents for families and things like that. As you scroll down, I'll show you. You can see anything that's yellow is a linked piece. So here's resources down here. There's a piece that shows you the virtual and distance administration protocol, like what the district suggests for that, and then at the top would be, the right here, the face-to-face administration protocol. So lots of things to look at there, and again, this is in the slide deck that I'll share with you. So I hope this is helpful. I think I covered a lot. I'm sure there's lots of questions still, that as far as just getting it going, that the Forest Creek team can help you with. So again, if you still have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll help as much as I can. Also, Kelly Solis is a great resource as well. And we thank you for all that you're doing, and we just can't appreciate you enough. And have a great afternoon. Thank you.